All right.
All right.
So I appreciate y'all coming. Um, we're just gonna kick it. So the goal, obviously, is to get to the Unite Championship Series, right? There's three types of tournaments you can play in, right? There's the in-game tournaments. Sometimes they're the Rayquaza Cup, sometimes the Zapdos Cup, right? They don't count towards UCS points or standings, right? They're just the tournaments they host inside the game. You get some cool rewards. They're good for team practice. They're pretty much the same format when it comes to, hey, level 30 items, no emblems, all the characters and held items are unlocked for you to play, but it is not part of the UCS. There are also unsanctioned tournaments. There are Discord servers and other websites that will run Pokemon Unite tournaments. Sometimes they're cash, sometimes they're whatever, right? But they're not part. They're their own thing outside of Pokemon Unite, outside of the UCS, right? And I'm separating Pokemon Unite from UCS because the Unite Championship Series is those tournaments are the only sanctioned tournaments that will get you to the World Championships, right? The Pokemon Company owns those tournaments. They hold the Unite Championship Series in the same venue that they do their Pokemon trading card tournaments, some whatever Pokemon games that they have championships for. It all happens at the same arena. The only way you can get there is by gaining points. You and your team have to get points, and you have to get the points during the season. The season just started at the Los Angeles Invitational Championships. We were not allowed to go because we were not invited. We were not cool enough. But uh, there's going to be more tournaments. We have not missed a tournament. That is good. I thought we missed a tournament. We did not miss a tournament, so that is good, right? So here's the rules, right? Eligibility. Unless you live in Brazil, where you have to be 18, you must be 16 or older. If because we're mostly North America, if the state you live in has a rule that says you can't do these things without your parents' permission, it's fine if you play on the online tournament, but you're like if you have to go to an event or you win any prizes, you have to get like parental thing. That's state by state. I don't know what state y'all live in for our non 18-year-olds, but our folks that are over 16 can be on the team, right? You have to play in the actual region that you live in. If you live in Europe, you can't play in North America or Latin America or Oceania or whatever, right? Um, you have to play in the region that you're in. You can't cross region, right? You must have a start.gg account. That is the website that hosts the tournament. It is a tournament hosting site for many different tournaments, not just Pokemon Unite, right? You have to have a Discord account because the people who run the tournament have a Discord page. All the moderators, all the people, when you get your thing, like who's going to be banned for the tournament, like say they ban Zacian because Zacian's bugged or overpowered or whatever, right? If you pick Zacian, it's an automatic loss because you didn't go to the Discord channel and check out the rules for that specific tournament. You must have a Pokemon Trainer Club account as well, right? And with that Trainer Club account, you have to opt into the play.pokemon portion of it because that's where you generate a player ID. You need the player ID to get put that into the start.gg and put your player ID and associate your actual Pokemon Unite account to all these things. So it's like, hey, this is me. This is actually me. This is my character name. This is the team I'm on in all three of those places: the Pokemon Unite game, the Pokemon Trainer Club, and the Start.gg. That way, they're all checks and balances to make sure you are right with these accounts to include your Pokemon Unite account. You cannot trade the account with somebody else, share the account with somebody else, or transfer account access. Who was the who was the gamer that borrowed someone else's account during a tournament and then got a heartbreak?
I don't recall. I think it was an LG player.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Not supposed to do that, right? So that's the eligibility rules, right? There's some other rules. I didn't want to put everything on here, like you can't change your name. Your name can't have. I'm actually going to have to change my name before I do this because Too Poor for Mensa. Mensa is an actual organization, and I'm using their likeness in my name, so I will have to change my name before we register. Sad, super sad. But
just put a 3 with the S.
That means Daffy change his name.
I'll just change my name to Too Poor for Men.
Too Poor for Men?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Do you know why?
Why?
Well, if you gotta ask, you can't afford it. So with the all right. So the actual rules for each of the tournaments. Every tournament's the same. It's draft, held items and licenses all unlocked, max grade, no emblems. Right. The team that is designated as the host team in the brackets has to go into Pokemon Unite and start a custom match with these exact rules. If you don't if you create that lobby and the rules aren't there, it's gonna be a bad day, right? Best of 3, home team creates a lobby. Start.gg is the one-stop shop for all the tournament information. It will have the brackets. It will have the admins. It will have the little chat, so you and the other team can chat in there. You don't chat in game. You chat in the start.gg. And it's recommended that if you are at the end of every match, you post a screenshot of the results so that there's no questions. Hey, we won. Here's the match. Yada yada. All right. Let's see. So that's during the tournament, right? So, Championship Series. There's 3 ways you can actually get to the World Championship Series, right? In the beginning of the season, there's going to be a thing called the AOS Cup. It's not invitational. Like you can register for the AOS Cup. If you win the AOS Cup, or later in the season, they'll have another big event called the Final Stretch. If you're the winner of either of those 2 events, you automatically get a spot at Worlds. Doesn't matter where you are. You automatically get a spot at Worlds, right? The other way to get it, you get, in some regions, they only have first and second place, but we're in North America. Our team's in North America, so the top 3 in the regional championships for each region get into the World Championship Series. So, to make the regional championship series, the top 12 teams with the most points make it to the regional championship. So, if, here's the... there's the regional championships per regional zone. Look at all these points. You get a ton of points if you get to the regional championships. The play-in, these are all the point totals, right? So there's a caveat to this, though, right? If you miss a tournament or 2, it doesn't matter because only your top 6 standings, say you play in 7 tournaments, right? Only your best 6 finishes will count towards points. So you can't be that team that just happens to sneak in because you made it to every single tournament and you have more total points. It's only your top 6 finishes. And if anyone in Oceania is watching, you don't have a real region. They don't care about you. It's down here. I don't know why. That's weird.
Damn.
Yeah. What's that one streamer? What's her name?
And you matter. You're a good part of this world.
You are.
That's what we're in. Yeah.
What's her name? The Australian girl that streams.
Pokemon seems to disagree, but okay.
Yeah.
Super Teeds.
Teeds, yeah. Oh man, I love Teeds. She's so
cute and funny. I like her.
I used to watch her for some other game I played. Anyways, yeah. But yeah. So 3 ways to get in. If you want to get to the Worlds, that's how you do it. Win the AOS Cup, Final Stretch, or get first, second, or third in the regional championships. But you got to make it to the regionals to get there. All right. So here's the schedule. Right. This is the big one. Every single, as you can see, November 15th to 17th was the international championships in LA. That was a fun event. We weren't invited. But AOS Cup play-in, right? This is the AOS Cup. Open qualifier and the finals, right? November 30th and December 1st. As you can see, it's 2 days. The qualifier, right? People who, when you go in the tournament there's bracket play. Whichever every tournament's going to have a slight difference on how the actual tournament is ran. It's not purely brackets. Some of it is Swiss rounds. Some of it is whatever, right? If you don't understand that terminology, it's fine, right? But if you keep winning, you'll make it, right? If you make it to the finals will be on the Sunday, right? So the main tournament is on Saturday. You make it to the finals, you play on Sunday, right? That's how most of these things are. Look, December 14th and 15th, January 11th and 12th, February 1st and 2nd, yada yada yada, right? So if you plan on doing these things, these are the days you are going to have to be available. It's all on the website. It's all on the rules page. If you want to start if you want to open up your calendar and start setting these days, this is it, right? And then the World Championships, I didn't actually catch where it was going to be hosted, but August 15th through 17th of next year. So we're talking, this is it, 10 months from now. That is the commitment, right? 10 months from now, World Championships, should you get there. All right. So, just to recap, right? The first thing you have to do is get a dedicated, and I should have highlighted that thing that word 17 times. What's up?
I DM'd you where it is, or should I just say it?
Oh, just say it.
Anaheim,
California.
Yeah.
I believe they know how to party.
That's cool. $500,000 prize pool.
That's what I've heard.
Yep, I know. Yes, $500,000 for the World Championship. I think it's $5,000 for each mini tournament, and then I think it was $20,000 for each regional tournament.
But it's in Anaheim.
So
August 15th to August 17th.
Yep.
So plan your calendar, like he said.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
So get a dedicated team of 5 or 6 players together, because you can use your alternates every match. It's different than the last time I played, where that whole tournament you couldn't bring the starter back in. But get a dedicated team of 5 or 6 players together, 5 plus an alternate. Recommend 6. Everyone has to get accounts on Pokemon Unite, the Trainers Club, the Play Pokemon, which is part of the Pokemon Trainers Club, Start.gg, and Discord, right? Every single tournament, you have to not only register, each player has to register for the tournament, but you also have to acknowledge that you individually are going to be part of the tournament. Once your team captain registers the team for whatever, tournament 5, tournament 6, whatever, every player has to go in and register before the registration deadline closes. Once the registration deadline closes, if you try to change your team after that, it is like you're bringing a new team, and you're re-registering. If it's past the deadline, you won't be able to play. Trust me. I missed a tournament one time because of that, right? And then just compete, right? Make sure you're available and on time for the start. Make sure you're available for all games that day, and be ready to play on day 2 if you advance. There's no point in advancing if you're not going to be available on Sunday. If you're not going to be available on Sunday and you're not going to get the championship points, what were you doing all day Saturday, right? So that's all I got. There's definitely more that goes into this. This is the down and dirty, just so everybody understands. Hey, these are the things that we will have to do, right? The biggest add-on I can say right now is that each team has to have a designated captain, and that's the person who's going to speak for the entire team throughout the entire tournament thing. So that person should be reliable in communication and the technology, because they'll be the ones talking on the Start.gg, on the Discord channels. Just make sure they're competent in those areas for your squad. So with that, that's all I got. I'm going to cut off the stream for anyone watching online, and then I'll stick around.
Subscribe!
Let's play.
Subscribe!